Uh, but coming back to Champions League, there is a Champions League draw that happened today.
Yeah.
And any any surprise, any ideas, or any matches that you'd be interested, like quarterfinals?
Well, uh, I think Real has a chance to take revenge from for last season.
From Chelsea.
Yeah, from Chelsea. Um, I think it would be one of the, how can I say, like high-tempered game, like because Thomas Tuchel is an excellent tactician, and now he has trophies
Yeah,
to back him up. And we talked about Ancelotti and his techniques and his experience, especially. I think it would be a game in the chessboard, you know.
for sure. It does look tasty from tactical point of view as well as both teams. I'm talking about even Chelsea. Chelsea look way more cohesive team right now, and Real Madrid is doing very well in every front. So yeah, it definitely be a very good match, and good thing that we don't have to wait for too long. From
Yeah,
now on,
uh,
it's a momentum,
two
and
weeks
it's
probably,
exactly.
2 3
Uh,
weeks. Yes.
Obviously, Manchester City got their um, almost opposite team, Atletico Madrid. Obviously, Atletico is not the same, but still,
Well, that would be an interesting game because City does not have like sparkling forms right now.
yeah,
They
that's
few
started
against.
to look a little bit damp, a little bit damp. Not
Yeah,
everything is
and also
shining.
like I think some technique. I don't know, like some techniques. Or, for example, playing players for like 90 minutes with no change against Palace. His team was playing excellent, but Pep Guardiola had to make some sort of change. I don't know, like he probably trusted his players to finish the game. You know, you guys started it, you guys finished it. They were actually brilliant, but there were, like it was one of those days, like
Nothing
you,
goes in.
yeah, nothing goes in. Like you hit crossbar, you hit players, or sometimes like you misfired, and
Miss
which,
final pass and stuff like that.
yeah, stuff like this actually.
Um,
Also, it was a slippery pitch. It was raining. So
but yeah, that this would be a different game because Atletico Madrid started to be Atletico Madrid just like last 5 6 games. I'm kind of following them, and I could be wrong, and they could prove me wrong by doing a very crappy
yeah,
result.
they were actually creating different, difference of shapes.
Hmm.
In the even in the attacks, like for example, um, Deep Paul is playing a complete different role, I would say. Sometimes he was, when they had the position, he was sometimes playing as a number 10, and sometimes he is number 6. Also, who was the substitute they brought in?
Kondogbia.
Yeah, Kondombia. Kondombia was excellent actually. He
Kondogbia
was,
is actually a very very good player on his position. It's very hard player
yeah,
to play against.
yeah. He was actually like a, but he was kind of missing in at one point, like for 2 months. I don't know. It could be injury or something else. I don't know about in details.
And
But
the
Kondombia,
player, I'm mostly surprised by the performance because Hector Herrera doesn't have any kind of contract. I mean, his contract is going to expire very soon, but he's playing
yeah,
fairly good for last few games, and
yeah.
surprising, at least for me. And the other one, obviously, Lodi's position got changed a bit. He was pushed up.
Well, I think they needed that actually from, because both of the players, like Felix and Griezmann, both were left footed, so that's why they pushed De Paul in the mix. Like when they were going to attack, he had the license to. push forward and make something. And he was sometimes like when they were holding the ball in the opponent's half, and he was actually trying to create something like making through passes. And that's why actually Lodi came in, because these all players are left-footed, and someone to receive the ball in the on the other side of the pitch.
That is interesting because I remember about I'm going back to his documentary because what he said basically he's talking about optimization of like you have abundance of talent you,
Mhm.
but you cannot go over 100% even if say you have super talented players like they're 50% and you add it up you cannot go 200%, it would be only 100%. So rather he likes to achieve that with certain type of player that may not be superstars or something, but they would add something in the mix that would be different than each other and in a combination. He always talks about that optimization, and it makes sense. You're talking about two left-footed attackers on that game, and especially Griezmann, the work rate he has, uh, and Lodi doesn't have as much defensive capacity. So he's using as an optimization all those players in the mix.
Yeah, that's why this like 4-5-1 shape came in. Even if you don't know how to defend much, then if you are in the mix, like in the zone, you can actually like how can I say, like put away some sort of like make some sort of anticipation if the zone between these lines are narrow. And yeah, I think I would say like this is the part actually where Simeone differs from Pochettino, because they both were like relying on counter attacking, but this is the part actually like Simeone is more like, how can I say, if he has like a one player um, who is not like a superstar, but he knows how to
Utilize it.
use him. Yeah, Simeone is more like he can actually bring out talents from the pipeline,
Mhm.
make them believe in themselves. And but the problem is that like when too much talents are coming,
He, he,
he
he gets
doesn't know.
overwhelmed. Yeah.
Yeah, he got overwhelmed. So
So yeah, that's a very good matchup between City versus Atletico. Obviously, Pep on that
mm,
documentary he did talk about Simeone's style and how exactly opposite they are. Even talked about when Simeone first came to his training when he was in Barcelona, and saying that why you do that, why you do this kind of training. He explained, and then he basically came back and said, no, no, I wouldn't do that. I didn't like it. Uh, so yeah, there was some different philosophy right from the start, but it would be a very good game in terms of tactics
yeah.
as well. We talked about
Al-
Real versus Chelsea. This one is the other one. The other,
Also, I think
go ahead.
Benfica versus Liverpool would be tough, because Liverpool is probably have the best attack in the world right now.
Right now, yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
against
Benfica,
against well,
Benfica
they have
could
a
be
very good
difficult.
midfield and very good block of defenders.
Yeah, and also like this player we actually missed, Nunez.
No, no, no.
He's playing.
I was going to say he's one of the finest coming from Uruguay.
Yeah,
Is a very very talented player, former. I think he played in Penarol Nacional. I can't remember, but
Penarol, yeah.
he's very very reputed in South America and very very good player. But then it doesn't make a lot of good players doesn't get the supply, gets frustrated, and when the chance comes in and they scuff it, right? But he had
Yeah.
that he had that composer on him, which is good on him. So yeah, is a very good attacker, very potent attacker. A lot of people doesn't know, especially in the elite league followers in
Yeah.
Europe. But yeah, Nunez is one of the finest that is on the pipeline, or actually more developed from Uruguay.
Yeah, exactly. Probably he will catch eyes from other teams. I would say it would be hard for Benfica to
Keep him, and
keep
Benfica,
him.
Benfica,
Yeah,
I guess, doesn't want to keep. They're known
yeah,
as
exactly.
known
Yeah,
as feeder club
Italian
to
clubs.
to
Yeah,
to the to the
yeah,
to the other bigger teams. But yeah,
yeah,
Benfica, Liverpool, although would have that, there's no denying Liverpool would be top favorite on that, but it's not going to be fairly easy. It's because the top three, especially Liverpool top three, require space, and Benfica is good at denying it. So it would be interesting.